All right, everyone. I've been debating on whether or not I should do this, but since tonight is the kickoff for the new NFL season, I figured let's go ahead and do some last minute predictions. Predictions are practically worthless in sports, it really doesn't matter unless you're betting on them, but I figured it would be fun and maybe I would have some bragging rights, and we'll see how accurate I am with predictions. Now, it's going to be hard because in such a long season, there's going to be a series of upsets that happen, and it's very difficult to predict when each upset happens. But I'm going to try and kind of speed run through this, and we'll see how accurate I am towards the end of the season in February. And this has both regular season predictions and playoff predictions. So we're going to go ahead and start with week one. I am taking LA over Buffalo. I hope I'm wrong. Bills Mafia all the way, but I mean, they're the Rams. They're the defending Super Bowl champions. They've got a home game, and I think Buffalo's got a lot of changes to their roster that they're going through. They they lost Levi Wallace in favor of drafting a new corner, and they have a new offensive coordinator. So I think with all those changes, Buffalo very well could win, but I'm giving that one to LA. I'm gonna kind of speed run through some of these unless I find that they're notable. I'm taking Washington. Do I want to take Washington over Jacksonville? Yeah, probably. Uh, Cleveland versus Carolina. I'll go with Carolina. I don't believe in Cleveland, at least until they get Deshaun Watson back. I'll take Kansas City over Arizona, Tennessee over New York. Those are some pretty easy matchups in my opinion. I mean, potentially Arizona could beat Kansas City. Denver should beat Seattle without a problem. Indianapolis should beat Houston. I'm going to take Cincinnati over Pittsburgh. Baltimore over New York. We'll take Miami at home. You know what? As an ode to the the win in your in situation, I'm gonna take the Raiders over the Chargers. Take San Fran, Philadelphia. Do I? Nah, Atlanta is gonna be terrible this season. I could see Minnesota beating Green Bay in that first week. And we'll go ahead and. No, I don't believe in Dallas. All right. Although Indianapolis has been upset by Jacksonville last year, I don't see it happening with Matt Ryan at quarterback. You know what? Sure, I'll take the Cowboys over Cincinnati. That's gonna be a really good game. I'm gonna go with Philadelphia though. I'll take Pittsburgh over Cleveland. New England over Baltimore, but might be a little bit of an upset, but I just kind of believe in them more. Yeah. I think the Cardinals should at least get one win by now. It would be the most Cowboys thing ever for them to beat Cincinnati and then lose to the Giants. I'm all for it. Ooh. Do I want to take Baltimore or Buffalo? No. No. I just don't. I don't buy Baltimore as much as everybody else is this year, although I'm probably not giving them enough credit. Let's get Atlanta a win right here. This one's a toughie right here. But I trust Tampa Bay more than I trust Kansas City right now, just because Kansas City has had a lot more changes this offseason. They lost Tyreek Hill. So there's a chance. I don't know. That's a tough one. This is also a relatively close game, but I think Minnesota's going to pull that one off. Nah, I gotta get LA over San Francisco. I don't think the Panthers are gonna go 4-0 either. Some of these I really do have to do a double take on. I think Baltimore will take on Cincinnati. I think that's gonna be a very close division. Actually, Pittsburgh's up there too. Pittsburgh might finish around 500 or like just above 500 again. They've never lost. They've never had a season where they had a losing record in the Mike Tomlin era, which is incredible. I don't know if this will be the first year. And the undefeated Eagles are out. They were the last undefeated team. Yeah, I'll take Buffalo over Kansas City, even at Kansas City. I think Miami gets a solid win over Minnesota. I do think Miami is definitely a playoff contender this year. All right, everything checks out. Let's go. They also have this nice thing where they show like which team is rested. You might not be able to see it on screen as easily, but it's there. All right. Yeah, right now it's shaping up. These are some relatively easy pickings. It's probably the least disputed week I've had so far. I'll take Tampa over LA in this case. So right now, we're like mid-season. We're in November. I believe Thanksgiving should be coming up. So, yeah, because there's so many teams on bye right now. I think the next week is the Thanksgiving week. So let's check this one out. No, actually, Thanksgiving comes up later. All right, never mind. It's like in the second half of the season. Deshaun Watson is suspended for 11 games, so I don't trust Cleveland to beat Miami in this situation. I probably need a few more upsets. I feel like I have too many one-loss teams right now. I don't have that much faith in the Chargers. Let me give that one to Kansas City. The Chargers need to pay their dues and actually get some good wins before I give them credit. Let me give Atlanta a win right there. Actually, yeah. Yeah. I can see Tennessee pulling off the upset right there. Let's give the Jets a win. Deshaun Watson is back from his 11-game suspension by this point, so Cleveland should be better. You know what? Let me give a little bit of credit to the Chargers on the road there. I think the Steelers will still have a couple of tough wins that they pull out. They've always, like, even when they're in down years, they're still around 500. I think by this point, the morale for the Browns is pretty low. They honestly might tank this season. I think Cleveland gets a little bit of a surprise victory here. As does Miami. That AFC is stacked. It's going to be very tough to make the playoffs. I think there's like 10 or so teams, maybe even 11 in the AFC that are contenders. Yeah, I'll have the Chargers beating the Rams right there. You know what? Let's have New Orleans beat Philadelphia. All right, final week. And with that, the Steelers finished 9-8. Mike Tomlin continues his streak of never having a losing season in Pittsburgh. This is highly contentious right here. And it looks like the 11-6 Dolphins will be missing the playoffs. That's how brutal this is going to be. No, I'm going to give that to the Cowboys. All right. I think, yeah, okay, so let's look at our playoff contenders. We have both the Dolphins and the Chargers missing the playoffs with 11 wins. That's crazy. Wow. So, like, it really comes down to this game right here. And, yeah, I have more confidence in Denver. And the Titans squeak out a playoff appearance. I mean, they do have a much weaker division. Indianapolis is their only real contender. All right, let's take a look. What do we got here? All right, so Buffalo and Tampa are both the 1 seeds. The previous times I simulated this, I had Miami perform a little bit better against Buffalo. So Cincinnati would be getting the number 1 seed in the AFC. But lately, yeah, I've had a lot of confidence in Tampa. 15-2 for Buffalo. That's pretty insane, especially with them losing the first week. It's probably not going to happen, but this is just kind of how you pick each game. We'll see. I think 15-2 is like a best case scenario. I don't think that's going to happen on either side. I think every team is going to lose at least 3 games. We'll see. All right. We'll start with the 7-2s. I'll take Cincinnati and Green Bay. And then, as crazy as it sounds, I'm going to say Tennessee pulls off an upset against Indianapolis. And I think San Francisco pulls it off against Philadelphia, too. And then we got some really tough matchups here, but I'm going to give it to LA and Kansas City. Yeah. Lamar Jackson is still having struggles in the playoffs. All right. Oh boy. You know, I very well could see a situation where Derrick Henry just runs up all over Buffalo again, but I'm gonna hope and pray that doesn't happen. Oh man. Okay. Yeah. Let's have Kansas City defeat Cincinnati. I'll take Tampa over San Francisco. And then I'm going to take LA over Green Bay. I don't think Green Bay is going to get it done after losing Devontae Adams. And then I'll take Buffalo and Tampa. That's a tough one. That especially that LA Tampa one. I think that's going to be real tough. And then who we. Oh man. Do I do the homer pick? You know, I just this is like revenge against Tom Brady for all of his years of applying pain and suffering to Buffalo for like 2 decades. I gotta go with the happy ending. Although I very well could see it going the other way, I gotta go with the happy ending. So Buffalo, my homer pick, Super Bowl champions. I mean they're ranked number one in the power rankings, but it's gonna be really close. I guess if I have to give out my power rankings, I can kind of list them right here. So I think I'll put Buffalo at number one, Tampa at number two, and then it gets a little tricky after that because like a lot of the teams are they got some tough competition. And some teams have tougher schedules than others. I guess I'll put Cincinnati at number three, Kansas City at number four, Green Bay at number five, LA at number six, San Fran at number seven, Baltimore at number eight, Broncos at number nine, and then literally like teams that are missing the playoffs, like the Chargers, Miami, not Oakland, Las Vegas. They switched. They're not the Oakland Raiders anymore. All right, but yeah, these are my, I guess, official predictions for the season. It's gonna be very tough. I don't know who's gonna pull it off in the end, but you got a little bit of a look at the playoff bracket right here. It's gonna be a tough one. I don't know how it's gonna turn out, but I'm looking forward to seeing the results. Let's go Buffalo.